She said, my friend's boyfriend's aunt said she was going to keep reporting us because she didn't like them hanging around us for doing drugs around our kids and my friend's newborn baby. First off, I don't do drugs. Second off, my husband was an ex-addict, but has been clean 4 years now. So she had no reason, and I'm just baffled. Anyways, fast forward to last week, my husband and I and son went down to Colorado to testify on the driver of the car from when my husband was shot 4 years ago. Well, as we're in Colorado, mind you, without our knowledge, the courts and DHHS already have signed off on a petition to remove the children. The petition was signed off by the judge on March 30th. We get home on the 2nd, Saturday the 2nd, and everything's fine, as normal. Monday comes rolling around, yesterday. I took my mom to the doctor's, and I get a phone call from my husband saying, "Get your ass home now." I said, "Why? What's going on?" And he proceeds to tell me our caseworker and a police officer is at our house and they're removing the kids. We asked them why. What grounds do you have to remove our kids? She said, because you did not, or she said because the district DA, her name's Rebecca Harlan, or Harlem, or however you pronounce her last name.
You had it right the first time.
Did not like the fact that we weren't going to be bullied or be manipulated into wearing their patches, their drug patches that are rigged. And so they took our kids. Me and my husband did not sleep at all last night. I was up until 3:30 this morning crying. My husband was up until 5:30 this morning crying. My mom, she was up all night crying because our children are not in their beds. They're not with us where they should be. And they are not with us where they should be because of the corruption, the falsifying of documents, the false accusations that DHHS/CPS does in order to legally kidnap our kids. How can they get away with that? If that was us, anybody, just ordinary Tom, Dick, Harry, Jane, whoever, if that was any ordinary person, we would be sitting in prison for kidnapping, for falsifying statements. We would be sitting in prison, suffering the consequences. So what's the difference? Why can't the CPS, DHHS be held accountable for their corruption? I hope and pray that there are people out there that have had similar experiences with the Child Protective Services or the Child Welfare Services systems. And I pray and hope that they aren't afraid to come forward and tell them their stories. And I'm hoping and praying that we can bring more awareness and stand up for our children and let people and the courts and DHHS / Child Protective Services know we are not going to let them manipulate. We are not going to let them bully. We are not going to let them downgrade us and make us feel like pieces of shit parents when we're not.